This is something similar to a Kindle Scribe, but it is also a full-blown tablet. And today we'll review it and come to a conclusion if it's better to buy a Kindle and a tablet or this tablet, tabindo, iridablet, whatever. Anyway, this thing costs $700 and for that price you can buy a Kindle and also a more than decent tablet. This device is from Bigme, a company which I personally never heard before, but what you need to know is that they do e-readers, so Kindle-like devices. So they should be pretty good at this, right? Yes and no. Let me tell you what. What they are trying to do is to make tablets and monitors with the e-ink color display, which is the paper-looking display that is used on e-readers like Kindle. Now the question is, why? I mean, of course I prefer to use an e-ink display when I read, but do I want to use one when I want to watch Avengers Endgame 4K Ultra HD, see Thanos pimples and Scarlett Johansson's cheeks? Or when I'm doing anything else other than looking at still stuff? Nope. Definitely no. I would prefer an actual display. Anyway, back to the $700 Inknote Color Plus. It came packaged pretty nicely with this package right here, just for you. You just open it and you have inside the tablet and the pen. It looks pretty slick, minimalist and straight to the point. Inside the package was the tablet, the pen, this case that it's actually pretty nice. It's magnetic as well. So you just put this here and it stays nicely. It also has space for camera right here and I think it's leather. It also came with a charging cable, with the key because it supports mobile data, and also replacements for the tips of the pen. The design of the tablet, it's pretty cool, I kinda dig it. It looks like a notebook. It also has just one button to turn it on and turn it off. It also has this little plug here where you can charge your pen. It doesn't have volume buttons, which I find it pretty stupid. You have to go in the tablet and just turn the volume up and down. Also, it has this little port here for the SIM and the USB-C to charge it. Apart from that, we have a front camera right here and a back camera. And this also has a flash. It's not really heavy, it weighs around 500 grams. And also the display, it's pretty gritty, a little bit paper-like. As I mentioned, this is a tablet. It comes with Android 11, it has an octa-core 2.3 GHz processor and 6 GB of RAM, which I think it's okay. I mean, it won't come close to something like an iPad Pro or the newest and greatest Samsung Galaxy Tab, but it doesn't need to. Its purpose, it's reading, taking notes, sending a few emails here and there, and the part with the tablet is as a bonus, but it doesn't do a great job. It has 128 GB of storage with the option of expanding it with a TF card. I guess you would need about 5 gazillion books to fill this thing up. But I wonder how much is actually usable from those 128 GB, and there is available 106 GB. Another thing that it has that the majority of e-readers don't is cameras, front and back. The one in the front has 5 megapixels and the one in the back has 8 megapixels. Here we took some pictures and some videos.
Hello. Welcome to the Color Plus, and this is the front camera.
And they look
in like
mediocre. Oh, it also has speakers which are... has better sound on my Sony Ericsson. A complete abomination. And also it has a fingerprint sensor in case you don't want people to know about your weird manga reading habits. Now let's talk about the screen, which is the whole schmadoodle of this company. The Inknote Color e-reader has a 10.3-inch Kaleido 3 e-ink display with a blue light ratio reduced of 60% and the blue light toxicity factor reduced 24%. Apparently, e-ink is a company that manufactures these screens and these guys just buy the screens from them. They produce the screens for multiple companies that use e-ink screens. It also delivers a 2480 by 8060 resolution at 300 pixels per inch for black and white content and the 1230 by 930 resolution at 150 pixels per inch for color. Honestly, I don't really know how this works, because at the beginning I thought there's a setting where I can switch between them, but apparently not, so most probably the majority of the screen is black and white pixels and the color part is also black and white. We'll look at some books and videos in a second to see if we're satisfied with the visuals. It also has 36 dual front light levels, which means that you can adjust the color temperature of the light. 36 levels for the warm colors and 36 levels for the cold colors. As I've said, this is an e-reader with the bonus of having added tablet functionality. And this is its true purpose. It comes with this pen, which has 4096 levels of pressure for your writing and note-taking, and it also charges magnetically. The place where this thing shines is the functionality that it has as a note-taking device. It has split-screen note-taking, where you have the book on one side and the notes on the other, or you can just take notes directly on the book. It's pretty intuitive, easy to use, and quite useful if you are studying and you want to take notes. It supports all of the ebooks formats since it's a tablet. If you are just reading or consuming black and white content, the text is legible and crisp. Nothing bad to say here. It can transform your handwriting into text. I'll try cursive and block writing. So this is what I wrote. Okay, it doesn't do a good job. It can convert your voice into text. I believe that this product should not be legal to sell. It is an absolute piece of garbage, and honestly, I think it's the worst tablet that I ever tested. Hopefully, they will go bankrupt as a company, and no one will ever buy their products. Pretty accurate. That's exactly what I said. Almost. Okay, now let's try the summarization of articles to see how well it does. So I just hit summarization for everything that I just said, and it says, I see that you have provided text that seems to be a review or opinion about a product. If you need a summary of an article or any other assistance, feel free to share the details, and I'll be happy to help summarize it for you. What? It has free conference recording, so you can just leave it on a table at a meeting and it will just record what everybody's saying. It also says it supports 36 languages. Sadly, I know just 2, so let's... If you want to use the voice translation, you can only do from Chinese to Korean, Thai, Vietnamese, and then from French to Chinese, German to Chinese, and many other languages, but just to Chinese. So yeah, it's good if you are Chinese. If not, you are... It also has a 4000 mAh battery, which on their website they make an outrageous claim and they say it's gonna be good for a few weeks, but we played on it a little bit and in like 2 hours it went down like 50%. Also, their motto is just for you. That's the most general cliché Apple thing that you can come up with. Now, we'll be turning away from the e-reader side of things and we'll be focusing on the tablet side of things. As we very well know, those e-ink screens are not made with a very high refresh rate or responsiveness in mind, since they don't work like a regular display. The fact is that it's unbearable. It just annoys you when you're using it. Taking video calls is also something you can do, albeit still questionable. Watching videos is a challenge, is very interesting and not in a good way. We also tried to play some Angry Birds and it took like 5 minutes to boot the game, and then the game was just unplayable. The thing is, if you want to use it as a tablet, you can, but just don't. Writing emails and doing some light office work is still challenging. If you have a look at its reviews, it can be on Amazon or on their website, people are ruthless, they're just bashing this thing. People are complaining about the clarity of the text, the fact that the OCR and live transcripts are not accurate at all, the transcripts in different languages, it's also not good at all, although it says that it supports those 30-something languages. And if you open more than one app at a time, most probably it will catch fire. Is it worth one of this instead of a Kindle and a tablet? From my point of view, absolutely not. From other people's point of view, absolutely not. So this Tablindle, it's okay as a Kindle, but it fails as a tablet and it fails as a general product. I can just buy a Kindle for $200 and then 2022 iPad for another $500, or a Samsung Galaxy Tab from 2002, still $500, and I'm way better off. I don't think it's worth buying. Stay safe. Now, don't forget to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, ding dong the notification bell, and leave a comment down below with what you think about this device. Also, our latest 2 videos are right here. Bye!
don't